Peace be with you, everyone. Welcome to the channel. My name is Trevor. Very grateful to have you here. And today's video, I've just got a selection of 10 fragrances that I'm going to be reaching for the most this September. So September is still pretty warm where we're at. We're mostly been in the 90-degree Fahrenheit, high 80s. But it's very much a drier part of the season. Have not been getting as much rain. My lawn has been kind of yellowing out in the grass in some places. Haven't been having to mow it as much because it hasn't been growing. We did luckily get a little bit of rain here recently the last couple of days, so some of those nice cooling off temperatures for the autumn season. A lot of the fragrances in this selection are going to be great for that as well. But without further ado, I'm going to start off with some of these lighter yet drier fragrances. I would say they have some nice citrus pop to a lot of them, maybe some other cooling elements, but otherwise also have a nice either dry leather or a dry grassy vetiver or a dry powdery wood, something in that nature, alongside of something that's making it bright and easy to wear in the higher temperatures while still maintaining an autumn frame. So first off, this one in no particular order, Russian Tea from Masque Milano. This has been one of my favorite discoveries of 2024 so far. This is a really nice, smooth, dry, sweet, almost fruity leather. I think there is a raspberry note in here, and that is kind of the textural feel that this fragrance brings to the table. Otherwise, there's a very nice aromatic quality from a black tea style centerpiece here, and then there's a mint note also that really refreshes the air around you, a nice cooling effect to kind of go well in that higher heat, but then that really nice pulled together tea and fruity leather. There's also a little bit of a honey style sweetness in here. I get like kind of a watered down honey, something that'd be sitting waiting for me at the bottom of a cup of really nice hot tea on an autumn day. That one I think is a excellent pick for the month of September, all cases, whether that be a rainy day or a sunny day this time of the year. Next one, this is discontinued but still available for under $100 at places like eBay. This is Havana from Aramis. Used to be a cheapie, could pick this up for under $30 not too long ago, but sadly discontinued and getting a little bit harder to find. This one's going to be more for the guys with the slightly mature taste in fragrances. There is this green oak mossy, a little bit kind of animalic touch to this fragrance. Definitely has that old school 80s vibe about it, but otherwise is this very refreshing tobacco, a very green, spicy, almost big red chewing gum style pop, and then a very nice soapy accord going on into the dry down. So yeah, nice green soap and big red chewing gum cinnamon spice. There's carnation in here as well. I think maybe some clove, kind of giving it that very aromatic, spicy, refreshing quality that you would be looking for in the autumn season, while that green soapy facet makes it great for the higher heat in the dry period. Next, another kind of dry, powdery, woody fragrance. This one's kind of a dumb reach signature, a modern fragrance, Dior Homme 2020, just ISOE Super Bomb, a little bit of a semi-sweet citrus on the top. I think elemi resin also lends itself to a little bit of a semi-sweet, almost black licorice style sweetness, a woody quality to that, in addition to some citrus nuances. Just like I said, really easy dumb reach for this time of the year, compliment getter, something that I feel safe wearing to work. It's a nice office safe pick and has a really nice approachable, warm, woody tone that I think is great for this time of the year. Next up, Voyage d'Hermès Parfum from Hermès. This is, you spin it around like this to get access to the atomizer. And a really nice creamy cardamom, a nice floral nuance in here as well. Another tea fragrance, so there's a relaxing quality in here. So yeah, nice creamy cardamom, tea, and florals is what this is bringing to the table. That nice floral component in addition to the spicy elements just go really well in that transitional style, whether it's enough warmth from the cardamom to keep me cozied up in a little bit of a chilly air, while also the nice lemon and tea combination being perfect for those twilight style hues that we get during the autumn season, a little bit of the oranging of the horizon. I think that fragrance is perfect for this time of the year. In addition to this one, also a little bit in the same vein, this has got that nice floral yellow tone about it, and then a honey sweetness. This is L'Envol from Cartier. Another one that's been discontinued but still popping up places like Joma Shop. I think the 50 mLs are a little bit easier to find than the rest of them, but this is based off of mead, which is kind of a watered down honey liquor, fermented honey. And I think this does a really good job of that. It doesn't really have a boozy facet, I would say, so it doesn't remind me exclusively of a fragrance based on a type of alcohol, but there is a very nectar-esque quality about this, like something you'd extract directly from a flower, something you would feed to a butterfly, which is interesting because this fragrance has attracted a lot of insects on me when I've been out at campgrounds while wearing it. But really beautiful stuff, definitely worth picking up before it is gone everywhere. Next, we've got L'Instant Guerlain Eau de Toilette. Really nice, bright, realistic, well done citrus, lemon pop on the top of this keeps it really nice, effervescent, clean, and tart for the warmer parts of this month in September. But then otherwise, this is a really beautiful old world, powdery, cedary, sandalwood, sawmill kind of sawdust, and mixed in with equally powdery, dry cacao powder. So this is kind of like a Nesquik sawdust and a really nice tart lemon on the top. I absolutely love this stuff. It's a little bit on the both weaker performance and projection, as well as the kind of more mature taste. I would say this is 30 and up, but perfect pick for the fall time period, but September in particular. And then I think we've got a few niche here on the back end. Roja, Parfum, not cologne, Danger. This is their clone of Guerlain Heritage, which Heritage is a fine pick for this list as well. I would recommend that one. I haven't tried the modern formulations of it, however, and I slightly prefer this to the Heritage formula because this gives me a little bit more of a warm experience, whereas Heritage is a little bit sharp and kind of cold, which I still love that fragrance. With this one, the patchouli in here gives a little bit more of a chocolatey nuance and a warm hug type feel overall through the wearing experience of this one. It's a little bit more powdery, I would say, and the quality's there. I mean, I think it's a little bit overpriced. I picked this up for right around $250 from Fragrance Net, but it's beautiful stuff, a good performance, projection, and perfect for this time of the year because it is a nice fougere quality. You do get that fresh lavender cleanliness, but like I said, it's got this warmth about it from this chocolatey-esque patchouli going on. Next, another fragrance that's good juxtaposing darker, heavier elements with brighter, clean elements. This is Sultan Vetiver from Nishane. This kind of reminds me of a freshly waxed basketball court. So those gymnasiums in the high school, when you walk in, it's got that sheen and shimmer and glossy tone about it. This brings that to the table, just like how the ring light's reflecting on this plaque. It has that texture about it through its wearing experience, at least to me. There's a little bit of a powderiness to the dry down, but otherwise it has this really clean, polished wood sensation in addition to this dry, dusty, sort of yellowed grass. Definitely a vetiver fragrance, a really, again, a more mature taste I think would gravitate towards this, but it's a personal favorite of mine for the autumn season and one of my favorite vetivers. Next, we have one that I think is overpriced, probably not worth picking up unless you can find a good deal on it like I did. I got this from Joma Shop for $260, and this is Spice and Wood from Creed. Really simplistic fragrance, so again, it's not something that I think is warranting a wow factor to match the high price tag of this, but it is really well done, high quality ingredients. It at least has that nice textural, watery tone that you get from some well done citruses. And it's just got this very nice kind of dry pencil shavings quality about it with a really beautiful, sparkly green apple. And I think that combination of pencil shavings, cedary tones, and the green apple is very picturesque for me when I think of the autumn season, like apple picking, going to apple orchards and doing that as a sort of family event, and the overall color tones that this brings to the table with those really regal woods and apples is just very much a top pick for me for this time of the year. Definitely glad to have it in the collection. I've been getting a lot of enjoyment out of wearing it, but definitely would not pay more than $300 for that. And next we've got New York Intense from Nicolai. This is newer to the collection, I think the newest edition here, but this is a really nice middle ground for fresher fougères. There's enough density in here and spicy qualities that I prefer to wear this here in the autumn season, I would say, but this somewhat fixes some things that I disliked about Chanel Pour Monsieur Eau de Parfum. I found that a little bit doughy and too vanillic, and this smells a lot like that in the opening and then dries down into something a little bit more similar to a Acqua di Parma flanker, or Floris Elite is another fragrance that this is kind of reminiscent of. But overall, a very good combination and well done facet of all the best parts of the sort of fresher fougere, gentlemanly qualities. I hear this is comparable to Bois de Portugal. Have not smelled that offering from Creed, but overall this is, like I said, a really well done, nice citric forward fougere fragrance that I think is going to be great for this autumn season. Definitely evokes a lot of the same coloration here, a regal golden hour style tone. And those were my top 10 picks for the month of September. This is going to be my favorite 10 for my perfume tray for this month. Let me know what you've been reaching for here in 2024. And as always, I appreciate you sticking with me to the end of the video. I'll see you in the next one. Take care.